Hello and welcome to our Sweet Sunny Days. I hope that you guys are having an amazing spring. I can say that ours has been truly delightful. I look forward to this time of year basically from the moment that fall starts to dwindle away into winter. I am ready for the first signs of green and warmth and life. I'm not a big winter person. Summer is my favorite season. So spring, we are in full-blown spring around here, and that just could not make me happier. While Mother Nature is doing her thing outside, getting ready for my garden to go in, and my seeds are doing really well in their seed starting trays, we have some projects going on the inside of the house this week. So as you can see, I decided to make a candle. I have never done this before, and I thought it would be really fun. I love making stuff with my own two hands. So that was really, really exciting and definitely something I will do again in the future. And in the kitchen, we have a super small project that made a really, really big improvement. Obviously, you guys know that I have a vintage fridge. I feel like I talk about that all the time. And so because of that, it is too short for the hole that it's in. And that gap has always driven me insane. So I had someone local make this piece that we could paint and put above our fridge to cover the gap. And it just brings me so much joy to walk into my kitchen and see that really cute flush mount. It looks like the fridge is custom now, or like the cabinets are custom to the fridge. And I really, really enjoy that a lot for not a lot of work and not a lot of money. So that was a huge win. One of the ways we prevent food waste in our kitchen is by taking fruit or produce that's about to go bad and freezing it in some way. Obviously, you can freeze bananas whole, but one of my favorite ways is to make healthy, delicious popsicles. I recently went to a sewing estate sale, and I wanted to show you guys what I got because there was so much good stuff. So I got this fabric. It's very drapey. There's almost 2 yards. I thought it was fun. Everything was $2 a yard, so it was really quite some deals. I also got this red floral fabric. It's kind of like in between a quilter's, it's a lot drapier than, I'm so happy with this. It's a lot drapier than a quilter's cotton, which is what I wanted. So that's gonna make a really fun, probably maybe a dress, I'm not sure. There's 1.5 yards. This is, I'm not gonna open it. This is all corduroy, 3 yards of lime green corduroy. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make matching dresses for me and my daughter. This is almost like I don't know what this would be considered. It's cotton, like 100% cotton, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I thought that it was so beachy and fun. So I don't know that I would normally pick something like this, but at $2 a yard, I thought I had to. These are both quilter's cottons that I got for my nieces and my daughter. I thought that they were so cute and fun. This is 2.5 yards of flannel. And I just thought that was such a unique, pretty print for winter. So, never sewed with flannel or corduroy. And I am excited to use these, or use that. And then this is a white eyelet. There's only a yard, so I'm thinking it would have to be a kid's outfit, but it's really, really cute and just pretty. And then also they had some notions, so I got a couple bags of buttons that are really cute. I liked the pink ones in this one. And then a bag of rickrack and bias tape, because I love rickrack. So that is my haul from a sewing estate sale. While I was shopping at the estate sale, there were so many other sewists there, and we were all talking about our favorite things to make, and there were quilters and there were garment sewers, and we were all just chatting while shopping for secondhand fabric. And one that was so fun and just a really cool experience, because people always say, you know, sewing's dying, nobody sews anymore. And to be in a room full of people who sew was really, really fun. And there were a lot of people there who have sewn for 50 years or more. And so they were just a wealth of knowledge, and to be able to talk to them, because I've said like to you guys before, I'm a beginner, or I would consider myself a beginner, to be able to ask them questions about fabric and they were happy to talk was really, really cool. So all of that plus my new secondhand fabric gave me some motivation to make another garment out of a tablecloth. I had been eyeing a particular pattern from Seamwork for a really long time, but I could tell that it was going to be one of the more advanced patterns that I'd ever sewn. So I was a little afraid to crack into it with one of my more expensive fabrics. So I decided to test the pattern with this tablecloth that I thrifted, and it was a really, really fun make. I have made garments out of tablecloths before, and as you can imagine, the cutting is super important for it to not look ridiculous. So you can keep the symmetry of the tablecloth, and I even kept the scalloped hem, which was a little complicated because you have to like hem the dress while you're making it. But it was a really, really fun experience. And overall, I did really enjoy the pattern and will likely be making it again. The pattern is the Killian dress from Seamwork. It's a button front V-neck dress, which is super handy for nursing. And then they have it as a mid-length, like mid-shin length, and I cropped it to hit just above the knee. So it's a little more casual, and I felt comfortable wearing it in my everyday life. I don't like dresses. I don't like to have dresses that just sit on the shelf for formal events, especially whenever they are white, because then you can't even wear them to a wedding. And so I decided to make this dress a little more casual, a little more wearable for my everyday life. Lately, I have been trying to incorporate a good mix of trying new things while sewing, but also keeping some of my projects simple and easy and ones that I can make quickly. This dress was definitely the former. It was a lot of new skills were introduced to me throughout making this dress. I have never done waist starts before. I've done bust starts, and obviously if you're a sewist, they're very, very similar, but I'd never done waist starts before. I also have never gathered the top of a sleeve before. So I've made dresses and shirts with sleeves, but for the most part, they have been the type of sleeves that you cut all one piece, the front and the sleeve are all one piece of the fabric. And so I've never had to like gather up a sleeve and ease it in to an armhole. And so that was a new experience for me. And it definitely felt like I was doing it all wrong until I got it off the machine and realized that it was going to look totally fine. But that was a new experience for me as well. And also doing a full button front dress. I have never sewn that many buttonholes or buttons onto a garment in my life. And so that was a lot of fun and a learning experience as well.
some of you guys might know this, but before I was a stay-at-home mom, I actually had an embroidery business. So I had a shop on Etsy and several embroidery machines, and we did monogramming. And I did that for 8 years before my husband and I decided that we wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom. I say all of that to say that probably less than you think carries over to sewing. Basically, the only similarity from embroidery to sewing is threading the machine. So other than that, almost nothing carries over except buttonholes. So I didn't know that I could do this. Actually, the first garment I ever made got totally stalled out because I needed to do the buttonholes and the buttonhole maker on my machine was broken. And I thought, certainly I just don't know how to fix this. And nope, it was actually broken. And then I was on Instagram one day and saw that someone took their dress to a professional embroiderer to have the buttonholes put on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a professional embroiderer. I kept some of my machines whenever we got rid of the business. And I was like, I can embroider buttonholes, of course. So that has been really, really fun. And I have been in my garments embroidering buttonholes rather than doing them with the sewing machine, which makes them look really, really polished. And you can do more fun designs. So that is, I guess there are 2 ways that the embroidery business carries over to sewing, and that is threading the machine, and it makes buttonholes a lot easier, which is really, really fun for me. Being a homemaker for even just a short period of time, even though of course you can be a homemaker before you have children, but being a full-time stay-at-home, the homemaking person has taught me that I really, really love to learn new skills. I love to try new things. Those types of experiences and being parts of different communities and talking with people about the skills that we're learning and the stuff that we're trying and using my creative brain is really, really valuable to me. And so I just love that sewing is a new sort of outlet for that, a new thing to learn, a new creative skill to try, a new way to dream up projects and do fun things. I really, really love that about sewing. And so I know that as I get older, I'll see it manifest in more skills like baking, maybe cooking, I don't know, gardening, all of those sorts of things. But right now, I'm definitely really into learning more skills through sewing and using my creative brain in that way. As always, I hope this video was inspiring to you. Thank you so much for joining me here on Our Sweet Sunny Days. I'll see you guys next week.